it is time to do my civic duty and vote. Today we are going to be voting for the Game Awards and the Game of the Year and all that fun stuff that's going on next week. And yeah, I figured, this is something I do every year. Might as well film myself doing it, sharing some of my opinions. And yeah, I think a qualified enough gamer to be able to vote on some of these games. I mean, in terms of the games I played this year, that's it. Yeah, I didn't really play a whole lot of new games this year, but I'm still gonna vote. I'm still gonna see what games were nominated because I have opinions too, and my opinions, they sure are opinionative. So yeah, looks like we're starting off with the big boys, Game of the Year. We've got 6 nominees here, let's see what they are. We've got Alan Wake 2, never heard of it. Baldur's Gate 3, I've heard a lot of good things about this one. Marvel Spider-Man 2, really love the first one. Resident Evil 4 Remake, oh gosh, I love Resident Evil 4. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, only like one of the best Mario games of all time. And The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, it wasn't as good as Breath of the Wild. So, gosh, I really don't know what I want to vote for. The only 2 games that I've played this year were Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom, so I have a feeling I'm going to be voting for one of these definitely. But for these 4, I've never even heard of this game. Alan Wake 2, Remedy Entertainment, okay, sure, I mean, I'm sure it's good, but never heard of it, so I've heard a lot of people say Baldur's Gate 3 is probably gonna win. I mean, I've heard of it before, I don't know what kind of game it is, but, a lot of people are saying that it's really good, so probably gonna win, but I've never played it. Now, Marvel Spider-Man 2, haven't played this one, but I have played a little bit of the first one, and I've had some decent fun with it. I never really got too far into it, but Marvel Spider-Man 1's pretty fun. It got a little boring and repetitive after a while, but I don't think I'd see this winning Game of the Year, but, I like it. I'm sure the Spider-Man 2 is pretty good, too. And Resident Evil 4, gosh, I grew up playing Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. I freaking love that game. It's really the only horror game that I like. It's amazing. Haven't played the remake, though. I have heard many good things about it. I don't know if it's topped the Wii game. I mean, obviously it did in terms of graphics, but you just can't beat those motion controls, can you now? But yeah, I haven't played any of these games, so it's kind of hard for me to say, oh yeah, Alan Wake 2, that's Game of the Year! So yeah, definitely either Super Mario Bros. Wonder or Tears of the Kingdom for me. Probably gonna vote Mario Wonder just because I think that in terms of where it took each respective series, I feel like Mario Wonder did a lot more for Mario than Tears did for Zelda. Now, I'm a really big fan of both of these games. I love Tears of the Kingdom, I love Mario Wonder, and back in May, I probably would have said Tears of the Kingdom was probably Game of the Year. But, looking back at it, I think I prefer Breath of the Wild a little bit more. I just feel like Tears of the Kingdom didn't do enough to kind of stand out from Breath of the Wild. It was the same map, same world, the story, I mean, it was kind of better, kind of worse, and, there were definitely a lot more things that hooked me about Tears of the Kingdom than Breath of the Wild, but it was just so samey, it took me forever to finish it, and I just didn't feel nearly as intrigued as I did with Breath of the Wild. Or, for that matter of fact, Mario Bros. Wonder. I absolutely adore Mario Bros. Wonder. I think that this is an amazing game. Definitely one of the best 2D Mario games of all time. It's up there with Mario 3 and Mario World. Definitely surpassed most of the new Super Mario Bros. Games in my opinion. It is just really, really damn amazing. That's really all I have to say about it. It's a really good game. You could definitely get a lot more out of Tears of the Kingdom, but in terms of what I had more of a lasting impression on between these 2 games, I'd say Mario Wonder definitely stole the show for me. So I think that's what I'm gonna vote for. Now, do I think Mario Wonder's gonna win? Oh, hell no! I mean, it doesn't really even belong in the Game of the Year category. I mean, this got in and not Starfield? What? But yeah, if I had to put money on it, either Baldur's Gate 3 or Tears of the Kingdom's gonna win. But I mean, come on, I'm the Mario guy, I gotta vote for Mario. Okay, next up is Best Game Direction. Pretty much the same as the last time, except Resident Evil 4 isn't on here. Honestly might vote for Mario again. Again, I know that there's a lot of recency bias, and Nintendo bias, and Mario bias for me, but again, like, I've only played these two games, and I feel like Mario took its series in a far better direction than Tears did for Zelda. I mean, Tears did a lot. Like, the whole Ultra Hand mechanic was really cool, I thought it was really fun, but Mario just did so much more with the wonder effects and just completely changing the game from what we were used to the past couple of decades. Tears just feels like Breath of the Wild, but more. Meanwhile, Mario feels like Mario, but just completely redone and brand new and completely for the better. So I think, again, I'm gonna vote Mario on this one. Best Narrative. Okay, let's see what we got. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, I thought that game came out years ago, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. I have no clue what the story is for any of these games, so, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Probably gonna do Final Fantasy 16, just because I've recently kind of become a little bit of a Final Fantasy nerd. I have not played 16, but I have recently started playing Final Fantasy 15, and I am absolutely loving it so far. I think that it's amazing, and I really want to try all the Final Fantasy games now. I'm a really new fan, but if 16's anything like 15, I think it's going to be really great, and I'd love to try it sometime soon. And honestly, like, this is really, like, I don't know, I just, like, I guess Marvel Spider-Man 2, I mean, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always got a good plot, but I don't know. I think I'm going to give it to Final Fantasy 16 just because I really like its older brother. Best Art Direction. Okay, 5 more categories. Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Mario Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. I think we can immediately vote out Alan Wake 2 and Lies of P because they look like every other video game that comes out these days, so these photos aren't really grabbing me. Hi-Fi Rush. Okay, I have not played Hi-Fi Rush, but I have heard so many good things about it, and this art style is really cool. I really like it. It's kind of anime-esque, kind of not anime-esque. It's got kind of a 2000s vibe to it, and I really dig that. Mario Wonder, I don't know. I mean, it's cool, it's different, but the art style of Mario Wonder isn't what really hooked me about the game. Like, yes, it looks a little bit different, but it also does look kind of generic at the same time. It definitely looks better than all the new Super Mario Bros. Games, but you know, the art direction isn't like anything that compelling, so I don't think Mario gets this vote. And Tears, it's just Breath of the Wild again. Like, it's the same damn art style. I mean, yeah, like, it looks really good. It's probably my favorite one here, but considering it's not new and it's just kind of rehashed from an older game, I really don't think it deserves it. So yeah, I guess we're going with Hi-Fi Rush, because it's cool looking, neat. Best score in music. Okay. A lot of the same games. I'm not even gonna bother reading them up because you can read them, and it's pretty much the same games for every category. So yeah. I gotta be honest. I'm going with Zelda here because this is the only soundtrack I've really listened to. I'm sure all these games have really good soundtracks. Like, I'd love to listen to the Final Fantasy 16 composition, same with Hi-Fi Rush, but Tears of the Kingdom, I think it really upped the ante from the random sporadic piano music in Breath of the Wild. Like, I mean, come on, what music really was in Breath of the Wild anyway? Ambiance? But yeah, I think Zelda Tears of the Kingdom really had a really good score, really, really beautiful stuff, so I'm gonna give it to that, because why not? Best audio design. Okay, we haven't seen Dead Space yet. I believe this is a remake, so, that's cool. And, Resident Evil 4. Okay, Resident Evil 4, unlike the GameCube and the Wii, had, like, peak audio design, so... I bet that HD remake really sounds good! Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Resident Evil 4, because if it's anything like it was on the Wii, it's gonna sound really, really good. Best performance. Ooh, we got some real people here. Okay, let's see what we got. Ben Starr, Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Morgan, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Ooh, I might vote for him. Idris Elba, Cyberpunk 2077. I really like his work. I'm not even gonna begin to try and pronounce that, but Alan Wake 2, Neil Newborn, Baldur's Gate 3, and again, I'm not even gonna try to butcher that, but yeah, so I'm probably gonna vote for Cameron, Monaghan. I think I don't know how to pronounce that last name, I'm bad with names, but probably gonna vote for him. I have not played Jedi Star Wars Survivor, but I did play the first game, Fallen Order, and I absolutely loved that game. I loved his performance because I don't know about everyone else, but he was actually doing like the whole live action motion capturing stuff. Like he pretty much filmed all the animations in real life, and then they kind of did the whole animating over his performance. And I don't know if any of these guys did that too. I know that is a very common practice nowadays, but I do remember watching like behind the scenes video of the making of this game, and he was working with Mark Hamill. It was really cool. So, I mean, he looks like the damn character in the game, but he's literally the character in real life. Like, you can't get much cooler than that. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him, just because I'm a big Star Wars nerd, and I loved his performance in the first game, so yeah. Innovation in accessibility. Okay, looks like we got some new games. Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. Now, I know what this category is going for. Like, obviously, it's about like trying to make games as accessible as possible for all sorts of people by making new technology or just new ways to play that make it easier for people with disabilities or, stuff like that. And I think it's really cool that we live in an age where we can do things like that, because I know really before now, you pretty much just had the vanilla game and that was it. But now there's like so many different ways to play games, and a lot of games really go above and beyond to make sure that the most people possible can enjoy each game to the fullest extent, and I think that's really cool. But what each of these games did, I have no idea. I'm sure all these games did wonderful things to make them more accessible to the general public, but it doesn't really say what they did here, and I haven't played any of these games, so I wouldn't know myself. Street Fighter 6. Games for Impact. Okay, never heard any of these dang games before. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. This is at the point where I start voting on what I think looks the coolest. Space for the Unbound looks pretty cool. Chance for Cinnabar. Sky doesn't have a face. That lady's got a beak. That looks like every Pixar movie. That looks pretty cool. It's like Deer Hunting Simulator. Venba. Probably this one, just because it looks coolest. I mean, yeah, it's anime, but I like anime. Best ongoing game. Basically, these asshole games that won't ever die. Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Where's Mario Kart? Seriously, Mario Kart 8's been getting not consistent updates, but it's been getting content since like 2014. Like, I feel like that deserves a spot on this list. Obviously, it's not in the same league as these games, but it's Mario Kart. I feel like I have to go Fortnite just because Jeff Keighley is in Fortnite now, which is really stupid and random, but, I think that's hilarious, so way to stay relevant in 2023, Fortnite. You won my vote. Best community support. Oh, do you think any of these games actually have non-toxic communities? I was just thinking, like, can you imagine if the Smash Bros. Community was on here? Like, oh man, that community is so awful. Like, they might win just because of how toxic they are. Like, that would just be hilarious. I'm personally not in any of these communities, so I don't really have much to say. I guess I've got the Final Fantasy bias, so let's go with that one. Best independent game. Now, I don't really play too many indie games. I've watched my fair share of indie videos on YouTube, but I really don't know what I'd vote for here because I have not played any of these. I've heard Dave the Diver is really good. It looks pretty cool from just this image. Sea of Stars looks pretty cool too. I've actually heard some good things about this one too. Yeah, I'll probably vote Sea of Stars just because I think that's the best looking one. And I have heard good things about it, so, might as well go for that one. Best debut indie game. What's the difference from the last category? Oh, I get it. So it's like a studio's first game that they've ever made. Okay, I get how that's different. I mean, Pizza Tower is such a meme from earlier this year. Like, how is it not going to win? Like, I could vote for Venba, but like, what the hell is a Venba? Pizza Tower's got my vote, and probably everyone else too. Best mobile game. Oh, this should be interesting. I used to be a little bit of a mobile gamer. And not this year, or like the past 2 years at all, but like 5 years ago I was really into mobile gaming, so I've never played any of these, so Final Fantasy 17, didn't Final Fantasy 16 just come out this year? Final Fantasy 17's wait, no, that says 7, wait, Final Fantasy 7's a mobile, no, wait, what? No, that's the PlayStation game. I am so confused right now! Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter, I mean, I've heard good things about all these, like Monster Hunter's a good franchise, and I see YouTube ads for this all the time, so it's a pretty close call. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Best VR/AR game, okay. I'm not much of a VR gamer. I have played my fair share of VR games. I played Batman Arkham VR, whatever that was, from all the way back in the 2010s. But I haven't really played many VR games besides that. So let's see. Gran Turismo 7, Horizon, Resident Evil Village. I heard a lot of good things about Resident Evil Village. I do have the Resident Evil bias. Gran Turismo. Oh, Gran Turismo in VR. I have not tried it, but I bet that would be really cool. Like, just kind of a simulation racing game. I think that would be really fun. And Horizon, I think that would be really cool too in VR. So it's definitely between these three. I'm probably gonna give it to Resident Evil just because I think Resident Evil in VR would be like super cool. That's probably the one I'd want to try the most, so yeah, let's give it to that. Best action game. Armored Core 6, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Remnant 2, and that's it. I don't know, man, like, what are these games? Again, this is basically gonna come down to which one I like the most. We already saw Hi-Fi Rush, and I already said that this one looked cool, so probably gonna go with that one, because Remnant 2, I'm sorry, but who the hell are you? Hi-Fi Rush, you get my vote. Best action-adventure game. Looks like a lot of the games we've already seen, except Star Wars Jedi Survivor is on here. That's cool. Glad that's in here. I don't know. Like, again, this is the only one I played, so I kind of have to go with this one. But at the same time, like, I do really like Resident Evil 4, and I do really like original Spider-Man, and I like the first Jedi Fallen Order game, so I probably gotta give it to Zelda, just because this is the only game I played, but, you know, it's a very good game. It is just Breath of the Wild, but better. And when Breath of the Wild is one of your favorite games of all time, you kind of gotta give it the sequel a little bit of an edge. So, Tears of the Kingdom, you are the best action-adventure game. Best RPG. Let's see. Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy, Pinocchio, Sea of Stars, Starfield. We finally saw Starfield on one of these. Oh my gosh, it would be so hilarious if Starfield won no awards. Can you imagine, like, one of the biggest games of all time, Bethesda's been hyping this up for years, didn't even get Game of the Year, or nominated for Game of the Year. That's hilarious. I'm kind of ruined for it to not to win anything, because I think that'd be funny. Probably just going to give it to Final Fantasy because bias, but, you know, I'm sure all these games are good RPGs, but, you know, I gotta pick one. Best fighting game. Ooh. Oh, I see. The Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. God of Rock. Never heard of it. Pocket Bravery. Also never heard of it. We got the Mortal Kombat 1 remake. We have the best Smash Bros. Clone and Street Fighter 6. Now, I'm a big fan of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I do like Street Fighter a little bit more, but I have not played Street Fighter 6, so can't necessarily say it's the best one here. I don't know, man. I'm probably gonna give to Street Fighter 6 just because, like, what is this doing here? Like Street Fighter 6, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I know I've said that about most of these games I've been voting for, but Street Fighter 6, I really like Street Fighter, so I think I gotta go with my favorite fighting game series. Best family game. Okay, this is where it's time to shine. This is my stuff. Disney Illusion Island. I remember this getting revealed in a direct. Party Animals. I remember this was announced somewhere in a direct or at some presentation. I don't remember where. I just remember it getting announced. Didn't even know it came out, so probably not going to go for that. Pikmin 4. Oh, I want Pikmin to win something. But then again, we got Sonic Superstars and Mario Wonder. This is hard. Pikmin 4 is just a very single-player game, so it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, this is the best family game. Like, Pikmin, in my eyes, has always been like the kind of game that you play by yourself on like a Tuesday afternoon. It's that type of game. It's always been that type of game for me. So to say it's like a good family game, like, I don't know, man. And Sonic Superstars, like, it's definitely a decent family game. Like, it's definitely a game you could give to anyone and they'd easily understand what to do because it's classic Sonic and it's pretty simple to understand, but I don't know, like, I just feel like Sonic and multiplayer don't mix very well. I know this is not really multiplayer-wise, it's more family-wise, and Sonic Superstars is definitely a good family game, but I don't know, it doesn't really feel like the type of game where you could easily play that with multiple people. Like, there's just a lot that can go wrong with that, so... And Mario, I mean, Mario's right there, like, yeah, Mario Wonder did multiplayer fabulously, like, you know, like, it's good multiplayer. I could go on for hours trying to describe it. It's just really good family fun multiplayer. I feel like Mario Wonder is definitely the best family game from this year, so I feel like it's getting this vote for... So I feel like it's getting my vote for this category because it sure as hell ain't gonna win Game of the Year, so I really hope it wins something. Best Sim/strategy game. Ooh, Advance Wars. Oh, that's a good one. City Skylines, Company of Heroes free, Fire Emblem's on here, and Pikmin 4. Oh man, free Nintendo games. That's pretty cool. Man, I don't know. Like, I haven't played any of them, but I really want Pikmin to win something. Advance Wars being at the Game Awards is crazy to me. Like, that little tiny Game Boy Advance series from like 20 years ago, that's at the Game Awards. Like, shut up. And Fire Emblem too. Like, yeah, it's a pretty big Nintendo series, but like in terms of like the whole gaming sphere, like it's not really that big. Like it's Nintendo big, but not gaming big. Like, I guess that's the best way to describe it. And the same way with Pikmin. Let's just give it to Pikmin 4 because I really wanted to win a damn award. Like, it's Pikmin! You can't go wrong with Pikmin. Pikmin is perfect, and it is seriously underrated, even though I haven't played it, so I really shouldn't be talking right now. Pikmin 4 is getting my vote. Best sports/racing game. Man. F-Zero 99, man. F-Zero 99! That's a damn soccer game right there. I don't even know what to say about that. F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. I have heard some good things about this for a damn Hot Wheel game, but it must be really good if it's here. I'm gonna give it to Forza because I grew up playing Forza. Yeah, Forza's amazing. I haven't played Motorsport, but like I have played countless hours of Forza, so you know, again, more biased. Most of these votes are pretty biased, but come on, man, it's Forza. Best multiplayer game. Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, Mario Bros. Wonder. Like, if we're talking online, the way Mario Bros. Wonder does online is unlike any other game I've ever seen, and it is absolutely amazing and perfect. Like, you can play with people online, but it isn't competition-based. It's more teamwork-based, and that sounds really boring, but you have no reason to, like, do any sort of teamwork, but it's just so fun to do. Like, it incentivizes, like, playing together with strangers, and like there's not really a way to just go around and like mess with people. Like your only option is really to help other people, and I think it's really cool that that a game is able to do that. I mean, like, if any game's gonna do that, it's obviously gonna be Mario. Like, it ain't gonna be Call of Duty, but the online alone is just really cool. Like, I really love it. I pretty much played the entire game in online mode. That's how much I thought it was cool. And normally I don't do that with games, but because it was so good in Mario Wonder, I made an exception. But yeah, up next we got Best Adaptation, this being for video game, TV shows, and movies. Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, which, can I just say, this is like the weirdest movie to ever come out because it was kind of fiction, kind of non-fiction. It was really weird. The Last of Us, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal. I honestly think I'm gonna go The Last of Us here because I know it's pretty shocking because I'm the Mario guy. I'm the Mario YouTuber. I absolutely adore the Mario movie, and yet I'm gonna go with The Last of Us because, gosh darn it, that show is so good. Like it's very hard. Like, Mario was very, very original. It was like an original story, original plot, and I really like that about it. The Last of Us, on the other hand, is very much one-to-one with the game. It is pretty much exactly the same story-wise with very minor differences, and man, I don't know, like, they were both so good. Like, the fact that I'm gonna pick The Last of Us over Mario is kind of surprising, but honestly, like, I think I had more fun watching The Last of Us than I did Mario, because, like, I've always been a little bit more of a TV show guy more than a movie guy, so I think it was definitely a little bit more fun to watch The Last of Us than Mario. Like, Mario was definitely really fun. It was a joy from start to finish, looking at all the little references, and just everything about it was just so amazing. But then The Last of Us was just like a really damn good show, and I don't know, that's so hard. Why can't I vote twice? Screw it, I've already voted for Mario like 10 times. Let's give The Last of Us something to brag about, because it's a good show. a really good show. Most anticipated game. I'm not really anticipating any of these, to be honest. No, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this was on here. Okay, never mind, I didn't see it. Star Wars Outlaws, yes, that one. Oh my gosh, I have heard so much about this game, and by so much, I mean not a lot because there's not a lot of news about it, but the concept of this game is like so amazing. It's pretty much just GTA in the Star Wars universe. That sounds so awesome, and I want to play this game so bad, and I didn't even realize it was coming out so soon, but man, I promise I will be there day one when it comes out. I will be playing this. This game just sounds and looks amazing. I freaking love the idea of this game, man. I really want to play this. Well, those were the Game Award nominations. As you can see, I didn't really know any of these games, or at least most of them, so, it's always kind of hard for someone like me to vote on them, but we always gotta root for the little Nintendo games to maybe, hopefully win an award. Come on, Pikmin 4, you can do this! It's always so fun seeing what games came out this year and what people thought were the best games, and it's also fun predicting, like, what's gonna win, like, what category is this game gonna win, and oh man, which person's gonna win this award, and stuff like that. It's always so fun predicting these sorts of things, and I absolutely love it. But I do have one final prediction for the 2023 Game Awards, and that is that some little kid is gonna run up on stage and tell everybody that his barber is Abraham Lincoln, because stranger things have happened, so who's to say it won't happen this year?
Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox barber, Abraham Lincoln.
I called it!